Governor of South Dakota, Republican Kristi Noem, has been proudly declaring that there will be no social distancing at the president's Mount Rushmore Independence celebration tonight. More than 7,000 tickets have been issued for the mask-optional event. Okay, no social distancing and masks optional. The Republican mayor of the largest nearby city, Rapid City, South Dakota, fears this is going to cause cases in the state to spike. Quote, "We're going to have thousands of people shoulder to shoulder at these events. They are probably not likely to disqualify themselves because they developed a cough for the day or the day before." Now, the president, whose main responsibility is to protect Americans, is about to headline an Independence Day celebration in just over an hour with no real attempts at social distancing, an event that has the potential for being a coronavirus super spreader event. I want to bring in MSNBC correspondent Cal Perry. You're looking at pictures now at Rushmore. Cal is a little bit away from that. He's in Keystone, South Dakota, very close to Mount Rushmore, where there are some people protesting this event. Cal, give us a situation report of where you are right now and what the situation is near you.
Yeah, I'm about a mile and a half from probably the pictures you're seeing of where the president's going to speak. I'll get out of the way, let Mark Ringo show you around. Protesters managed to get 3 vans into the middle of the road. This is one of 2 entryways into the park. They were able to disable the 3 vans and stop all traffic. Traffic has been stopped now for about 2 hours. About 45 minutes ago, we saw the National Guard move in. They were arrested a number of people. They're now going to get those vans out of here. All the while this is going on, you have on the other side of the road Trump supporters who are mocking the protesters in what I can only describe as a very sad scene, where the protesters are screaming at the Trump supporters and Trump supporters are screaming back at the protesters. This is a Lakota action. Now, the Lakota Nation was given these lands, the Black Hills, by the U.S. government in 1868, and then years later, that was betrayed by people who were mining for gold. And so now we have, and here we got, Ali, I'll just show you, as the police move up, you can see the Trump supporters are cheering them on. There are still a few hundred people protesting. Again, Lakota Nation, we're seeing that red Lakota flag. They're still protesting, and I have a feeling it's going to get pretty ugly because they're going to try to forcibly remove these protesters. The ones who are remaining clearly want to be arrested. They're trying to block access. They have succeeded in blocking the access, and they will shortly be arrested. We've had the last warning given a number of times. It's clear that police wanted to get these vans out of the area first and then move in. And Mark, I'm sorry, if you just want to swing over there. Some more members of the Lakota Nation there protesting on these rocks. And just to finish the thought, Ali, this is for indigenous peoples who live here. This is a sacred place. This is a sacred land. They view this as lands lost, as a betrayal by the U.S. government. In 1980, the Supreme Court agreed that this was a betrayal by the U.S. government, that this is Lakota land. But it doesn't change the fact that the president is coming here, that he's likely going to speak about American history. People here are keenly aware of that, which has only sort of raised tensions. And again, it'll be interesting to see how folks are getting into this rally. We've seen video, and I'm sure you have the pictures, where it's starting to fill up. So I don't think that this action prevented people from getting in. But this road, as I said, has been shut now for about 2 hours.
So, Cal, I just want to underscore something you just said. In 1980, the Supreme Court upheld the claim that the United States broke its treaty obligations with the Lakota Sioux about Mount Rushmore. And the Lakota Sioux have said that this is illegal. They are that Donald Trump is not supposed to be there, and he's not. And this is not sort of a fantastical idea. I've seen from a lot of people on Twitter. As you know, I didn't grow up in this country, so I didn't learn this history. But a lot of people saying they never learned that part of it, that this is a treaty violation.
Yeah, and the Supreme Court put money in a trust, $100 million at the time in 1980. Some people say it's about $1 billion now, and the Lakota Nation has always said, we don't want the money, we want the land. To your point, and this is what I think is incredibly sad, you have Trump supporters, some are saying, go home, leave, this is not your land, and you have indigenous members yelling back at them, this is exactly our land, and it has been our land for generations, and it was taken from us. There is a lack of understanding, and it doesn't matter what political side that you're on. There is a lack of understanding of the history of this place, the history of Native Americans in this country. And I interviewed somebody yesterday, the head of NDN Collective, which helped to organize this protest. And he said one of the problems here is that there's over 20 states that just don't teach this properly. So I don't blame people for not being armed with the knowledge. And actually, when you talk to some of the protesters, they'll tell you, look, Donald Trump coming here we find offensive, but it allows us to have this conversation. And this is the conversation that people here want to have, even though we're going to hear from the president tonight on a variety of other subjects, Ali.
All right, Cal, we're going to stay close to you through the course of the evening as this develops. I don't know. Would you be seeing when the president's coming in? Are they getting in a different way, or is that the only road in?
He's going to chopper in. He's going to come in via air.